So what is an inheritance? We know it is a process of acquiring non-private, non-static, non-final members from one class into another class or one object into another object. We need inheritance to reuse the code. What is the use of inheritance? To reuse the code. How to use inheritance? We use inheritance with the help of extends keyword and implements keyword. So what we do, we first of all define a subclass, parent class or a base class, where we define common data and common methods. We have common data and methods, and then what we do, we create a child class and we use this like this, extends parent class, right? Now when we go from child to parent, it is called as is a type of relationship, right? And when you go from the child to parent, it is called as generalization, and when you go from parent to child, it is called as specialization. There is a term, it is just a little. Then what are the different types of inheritance we have? Single level, when one class extends only one other class. This is how we define a parent class, and it is extended by only one class. This is called as single level, and it is supported in Java through classes as well as interfaces. Perfect. Multi-level, when a subclass extends another subclass. It can be at any level. When one class extends another class and that class extends another class and so on. अभी देखो यहाँ पर class A, class B and class C. So class A is extended by class B, class C extends class B. Whether it is supported in Java? Yes, it is supported through classes as well as interfaces. Perfect. Now multiple inheritance it is achieved through interfaces, not through classes. When one class implements multiple interfaces, when one class extends more than one class, it is called as multiple inheritance. क्या बोल रहा हूँ? When one class extends more than one class, or when one class implements multiple interfaces, it is not supported through classes, but it is supported through interfaces. तो अभी देखो class A and B are there, and there is a class C extends A and B, तो आपको मिलेगा compile time error. And there is a question, what is diamond problem in Java? Why multiple inheritance is not supported in Java through classes? What is ambiguity problem? समझो अभी दोनों क्लास है, क्लास A and B, दोनों में सेम सेट ऑफ वेरिएबल्स है, सेम सेट ऑफ मेथड्स है, तो क्लास C को कंफ्यूजन होगा, राइट? कौन सा वेरिएबल एक्सेस करना है या कौन सा मेथड, तो इसलिए इट इज नॉट सपोर्टेड. Diamond stands for multiple inheritance, which is not possible through classes. When one class extends more than one class, then both the parent class have the same member, then there will be ambiguity, confusion, which member to select in the child class. This is called as multiple inheritance, and it is not supported through classes, but it is supported through interfaces. Now this is also one of the questions they will ask you, how it is supported through interfaces. So once we know the interfaces, then I will explain that time. Cyclic inheritance, when one class extends itself. तो ये supported नहीं है Java में. We get compile time error if you try to do this. Hierarchical, when more than one subclass extends the same superclass, मतलब superclass होगा उसको बहुत सारे subclasses होंगे, right? It is supported in Java through classes as well as through interfaces. Hybrid, it is a combination of multiple inheritance and hierarchical inheritance where a subclass extends multiple superclasses, some of which are also extended by other subclasses. It is not supported through classes, but partially it can be done with the interfaces. Sometime we can do that because interfaces, there is no problem with that. You can have any level of interface. So it can be possible through interfaces, hybrid, because interfaces support multiple inheritance. So there is no problem with the interface, but it is supported through interface only. Partially we can say, if you combine both classes and interfaces, then it is not supported. But purely if you have interfaces only, then it is supported. Access specifier limitations. The private members of the parent class will not be accessible outside of the class. मतलब आपके members private है तो उसको class के बाहर आप access नहीं कर सकते. You cannot access that outside of the class. कोई भी रहे. Public you can access from anywhere, there is no restriction. Default and protected. Protected मतलब default मतलब पैकेज के बाहर आप उसे एक्सेस नहीं कर सकते. प्रोटेक्टेड मतलब protected I said protected. Let's talk about this access specified limitations. So I have created a package and there I have some variables, int a equal to let's say 100. So this is private. So these four variables, public, private, protected and default. Then I create another class child. Check. And this is also in the same package. This is also in the same package. And there I have a method called as display method. And there I am trying to print the variables A, B, C, D. But who's ABCD? This is just a simple child class. This is not extending any other. So I have to write extends parent class. Now if you see, we are in the same package. Both of the classes are in the same package. Except private, you can access everything. So A is private, rest everything you can access. So private members are not allowed outside of the class. Even though it is a child, he will not be able to access private members. Now whether he is able to access public members of the parent, yes. Then protected, yes. Default, yes. Now let me move this class, this child class into different package now, P2. Check. Now let me move this particular into okay. So I have, see here, I have two things, parent class, it is into some other package. Let me, okay. Now we have two classes, both are in the different packages. Parent is in P1, child is in P2. Now if you see here, I am not able to access two things. This is private, this is private, and D is, I know, this is default. So you cannot access this. You cannot access this. B is public, so you can access, and C is protected. So you, by now you must have understood that what is protected. So protected members are accessible to the child class, even though they are in the different package. Whether they are in the same package or different package, the members are accessible for the child class. Who can access this? Only child class. Private means only within the class, public means anywhere, default means same package, protected means first of all same package, also in the subclass or in the child class. Child class can be the same package or it can be different package also. Perfect. So these are the restrictions I have added. Super keyword. So super keyword using this, which represents parent or super class current class object. Super class current object. It is a reference to the super class object, and with the help of super we can access super class constructor, super class instance variable, super class instance methods. Now this is a call to the super class constructor. This is how we call. Now this dot super Now I am accessing same class variable number, and super dot number means parent class constructor. Right? Parent class instance variable. This is how we access. Different use cases we have already seen: parent class reference, parent class object. So this is similar to creating any normal Java class object. We can access only from parent class. Child equal to new child. In this case, what happens? We are having child class object, child class reference. So if members are only present in the parent class, we will access from parent class. If members are present only in the child class, we will access from child class. If members are present in both parent as well as child, we will access members from child class. Very straightforward. This one, child class object, parent class reference. Now there are three cases. If members are only present in parent class, access from. So this is possible because of is a type of relationship. We are holding child class object with parent class reference. It is possible. So with this reference, we can access everything from the parent class. If members are only present in parent class, access from parent class. If members are only in the child class, you get a compile time error. If members are present in parent as well as child class, we will access variables from parent class and methods from child class. I hope you remember this. And lastly, child class reference, parent class object. You will get compile time error. This will lead to the compile time error. So with this, your inheritance, most of the use cases we have covered. Let's try to understand some questions. Okay. So I will delete some questions which are not related to this one. These are actually interrelated concepts. We will specifically looking for this. So once we know the polymorphism, we'll cover these questions specific to that. Okay, we'll see some questions related to this. Some other questions also we'll see. So what is inheritance in Java? Can someone answer me now? How you are going to answer in the interviews? We have seen this 100 times. It is a process of acquiring non-private, non-static, non-final members from one class into another class. Then what is the syntax for inheriting a class in Java? First we write the parent class, we define common data and methods, then we create the subclass and we write the exchange keyword and the parent class. What is superclass? This is the source of your, this is where you define common data and common methods, which can be again reused in the subclasses. What is the subclass? This is where you extend the from the parent class. What is the purpose of inheritance? To reuse the code. What are the different types of inheritance available? And hybrid. Perfect. What is the purpose of super keyword? Using super keyword, what we can do? We can access parent class, the parent class, instance variable, instance method, and the constructor. What is the difference between this one, super and the super? So super is a, when you write the bracket, it is a constructor call of the parent class, and super is a keyword using which we can explicitly access instance variable and instance method of the parent class. Can someone tell me, can a subclass call the private methods of its superclass? We cannot access it. Can a subclass access the private instance variables of its superclass? Same thing, instance methods as well as variables cannot be accessed. What is the use of instance of operator? This instance of operator, let's talk about. Now I have a main method and I create object of, let's say, parent equal to new child. Now I can write SOP of parent instance of parent. So if I see this will return me either true or false. इसका मतलब होता है कि ये रेफरेंस इस कैटेगरी का है क्या. If I run this, answer will be true or false. So using instance of operator, we can check whether it is an instance of or a reference of this particular type. This is how we use. So this will return true or false. True means it is a reference of this one. So if I write child, true, it is of type child as well as it is a type of parent, because this is an object of child class. Now if I write parent, now if I write parent is the instance of child, you should get false, because parent is, this object is not of type child, it is of type parent. So you will get false now, you should get false now. False. False क्यों आया? Why do we get false? Because this reference is not of type child. This is what we read. Now if I write child, now parent, this reference is of type child. Yes. Okay.
Is how can a parent be a type of child? Child be a type of parent.
So how do I read this child? So this child is a of type parent. Child is a of type parent. So this reference is ultimately of type this parent only. Child instance of this. What this instance of do? It will, instance of is a operator. Instance of is a operator, and it has two inputs. One is the class name and one is the reference name. So what I am saying is this reference, whether this reference points to an object of type child. Now can I say parent is pointing to in which object? No, and child it contains, that object contains parent content also, right? So that's why we can say this reference is of type parent also. Confusing little bit. So see here, so child object, it is a combination of parent plus its own properties. So it is of type parent also. And if I write now child, if I write now child, what it means is this parent is pointing to an object which contains child object. So it will have both the things from parent as well as from the child also. So this reference points to an object of type child. So it is pointing to child also as well as parent. If I write child now also, and if I write parent also, in both the cases I should get true. In both the cases I should get true. Simple. So it is an operator using which we can just see that whether the reference is of type this or not, right? Now if I create multiple classes, let's say I have class A, class B extends A, class C extends B. Okay. Now if I write, okay, so if I create object of AA equal to new A, BB equal to new B, and CC equal to new C. Now if I write A instance of A, that's perfectly fine. Then B instance of, can I write A? B instance of B also. Then B, that is C instance of A, B and C. In all of these cases, A is instance of A, perfect, true. B is instance of A, yes it is. Then this is B instance of B, yes, true. C instance of A, true, because C is a type of B, B is a type of A. So indirectly C is a type of A. C is instance of B, C is instance of C. So in all of the cases you get true. मतलब ऐसे समझो, इंस्टेंस ऑफ ऑपरेटर आपका सरनेम सेम है या नहीं ये चेक करता है, राइट? देखो सारी में ट्रू. अभी आपको इसमें थोड़ा लग रहा होगा कि ये क्या है, पेरेंट इज अ टाइप ऑफ चाइल्ड, तो आपका ऑब्जेक्ट किसका है, चाइल्ड. तो मतलब ये चेक क्या कर रही है, ये रेफरेंस है, दिस रेफरेंस इज ऑफ टाइप चाइल्ड है क्या, ये किसको पॉइंट कर रहा है, चाइल्ड. चाइल्ड किसका पार्ट है, पेरेंट का. तभी पेरेंट इज इंस्टेंस ऑफ पेरेंट है क्या, यस. अल्टीमेट इट इज ऑफ टाइप पेरेंट ओनली, यहाँ पर भी ट्रू. सिंपल, ठीक है. कैन अ सब क्लास हैव कंस्ट्रक्टर विद द सेम नेम एज द सुपर क्लास इन जावा? श्योर. What is the definition of constructor?
Same name as class, na?
So can I have a subclass constructor with the same name as a superclass?
No.
We cannot have. So answer is no. So we cannot have a constructor with the same name as a parent class. The constructor name should be equal to your the same class. So answer is, so what is constructor chaining? Do you know constructor chaining? How will you answer this?
So in class, which class constructor of the constructor of superclass and constructor of superclass and
Constructor chaining means calling the constructor from one other constructor. So I have one constructor, from that constructor you are calling same class constructor or superclass constructor. That is called as constructor chaining. What is the use of default constructor? What is the purpose of default constructor? Correct. So using default constructor, we use this to create the object and provide some dummy values or default values. What is the difference between this and super? Now I have written this and brackets. This is a constructor call. This is a constructor of the same class constructor, and super is a parent class constructor call. What is diamond problem in Java? Ambiguity, multiple instance. So when one class extends more than one classes, that is called as multiple instance, and that is not supported. But what is that actually? So when one class extends more than one parent class, the child class will be confused which member to access. So because of that reason, it is causing the ambiguity. The next follow-up question is, how is the diamond problem resolved? So diamond problem is resolved with the help of interfaces. What is the object class in Java? So there is a one class called as object. There is one class called as object. So object class is defined inside the package java.lang. Which package it is? java.lang package. This object class, what I am saying, object class is called as cosmic class, and it is the ultimate parent class for all the Java classes, which are predefined or which are going to be defined. मतलब हर कोई जावा क्लास होगा तो उसका अल्टीमेट पैरेंट कौन होगा? ऑब्जेक्ट क्लास. तो आपको ऐसे एक्सटेंड्स लिखने की ज़रूरत नहीं है. अभी देखो पेरेंट क्लास, what is the ultimate parent for this class? So you do not write extends object, it is by default already added, so you do not need to write this. This is already added for you guys. We are going to see this separately as an object class. So what method does what methods are defined? So there are 11 methods. There are 11 methods defined inside this. So we are going to see all these 11 methods separately because I have separately added object class here. So object class, it is a super class for all the classes in Java, directly or indirectly. It is present in java.lang package. This cosmic class means this is the ultimate parent. He does not have any other further parent. And it provides 11 methods. Get class method, hash code method, equals, clone, toString, finalize, notify all, wait. This is overloaded method we have. So we are going to see this separately. Can the object class can be subclassed in Java? Yes, we can do that. Okay, now let's go through some of the websites. If you find some new questions, we'll go through that also. So interview questions on inheritance in Java. So we'll see some of the websites. Okay, that's fine. Take it. So we'll see some of the top websites and then we can see this. What is inheritance in Java? It is a technique of creating new class by using existing class functionality, right? In other words, inheritance is a process of where subclass is created and it acquires properties of parent class into child class. So why do we need inheritance? We need inheritance for the code reusability purpose. And it is one of the pillar of the OOPS. So we can reuse the code from the base class. Using inheritance, we can increase the features of a class or a method by overriding. Matlab already you have a base class and you can add new methods in the subclass. So you can extend the functionality. What is a type of relationship? Is a type of relationship represents inheritance. The child class is a type of parent class and it is implemented using the extends keyword. What is superclass or subclass? A class from where subclass inherits features is called as superclass. It is also called as base class or parent class. A class that inherits all the members. So it is nothing but a subclass. So how inheritance is implemented achieved in Java? We can implement inheritance in Java using extends and implements keyword. Check. Then syntax, we define the subclass and we write the extends keyword like this. Which class in Java is a super class of every other class? That is object class. This is also called as cosmic class. How will you prove that features of super class are inherited in subclass? इसका मतलब क्या होता है कि सब क्लास में या चाइल्ड क्लास में प्रॉपर्टीज या मेथड्स इनहेरिट होती है. तो कैसे प्रूव करेंगे इसे? बहुत सिंपल है. पहले क्लास डिफाइन किया, पेरेंट क्लास, चाइल्ड क्लास. चाइल्ड जो भी पेरेंट क्लास की प्रॉपर्टीज है वो चाइल्ड क्लास में आ जाएगी. कैसे? चाइल्ड क्लास एक्सटेंड्स पेरेंट. तो फिर चाइल्ड क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट करो और देखो कि प्रॉपर्टीज एक्सेस हो रही है या मेथड्स एक्सेस हो रही है मतलब हेंस इट इज प्रूव्ड की प्रॉपर्टीज एक्सटेंड हो गई. कैन अ क्लास एक्सटेंड इटसेल्फ? आंसर इज नो. कैन वी असाइन सुपर क्लास टू सब क्लास? Can we assign super class to subclass? Case number 4 or scenario number 4. Can we assign super class object to the subclass reference? Can we assign parent class object to the child class reference? Scenario number 4. Super class object, parent class object और left hand side में child class का reference. You cannot do that. What is the case? What is the scenario? We have already seen this. So this is not possible. So you will get compile time error. Can a class extend more than one class? No. Can a class extend more than one class? एक क्लास मल्टीपल क्लास को एक्सटेंड कर सकता है जावा में. एक क्लास मल्टीपल क्लासेस को एक्सटेंड कर सकता है क्या? नो. मल्टीपल इनहेरिटेंस इज नॉट सपोर्टेड. नो. only one class can extend. Are constructor and instance blocks are inherited to subclass? क्या बोला है? कंस्ट्रक्टर एंड इंस्टेंस ब्लॉक चाइल्ड क्लास को मिल जाते हैं क्या? आर दे इनहेरिटेड फॉर द चाइल्ड क्लास? आंसर इज नो. We can call, we are calling, but we are not inheriting. So constructor and instance block of the superclass cannot be inherited to its subclass, but they are executed. They are called when you create the object of subclass. क्या बोल रहा हूँ? They are not part of child class, but they are part of parent class only. But they are executed when you create object of child class. That is what. So that is automatic call. So they are saying that what they are saying, they will be executed automatically when you create the object of subclass. तो क्या होगा? चाइल्ड क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट क्रिएट करते टाइम आप कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल करोगे चाइल्ड क्लास का, वहां से कंस्ट्रक्टर कॉल होगा चाइल्ड क्लास का, और चाइल्ड क्लास के कंस्ट्रक्टर से कॉल होगा सुपर क्लास का कंस्ट्रक्टर. सुपर क्लास का कंस्ट्रक्टर पहले क्या एग्जीक्यूट करेगा? इंस्टेंस ब्लॉक एंड देन द कंस्ट्रक्टर. तो मतलब ये बोला है कि ये इनहेरिट होता नहीं है लेकिन कॉल होता है. इट इज नॉट पार्ट ऑफ कॉल. एग्जीक्यूट करना मतलब कॉल करना. दिस इज नॉट पार्ट ऑफ द पर्टिकुलर चाइल्ड क्लास. तो आप जैसे वेरिएबल्स एक्सेस करते हो सीधा सीधा डायरेक्टली, इंस्टेंस जो भी वेरिएबल्स होंगे आप डायरेक्टली रेफरेंस डॉट वेरिएबल्स आप एक्सेस करते हो. तो कंस्ट्रक्टर वैसे आप डायरेक्टली मतलब इनहेरिट नहीं होते. दैट इज पार्ट ऑफ पेरेंट क्लास ओनली, बट दे आर एग्जीक्यूटेड व्हेन यू क्रिएट द ऑब्जेक्ट ऑफ चाइल्ड क्लास. ठीक है. Are static members inherit to subclass? No, because they belong to that parent class only. That is something common for your parent class. Can we extend final class? Final class मतलब final keyword we have to see that. Now child class extends parent. Now if I make this class final, now this class cannot be extended. So this class cannot be extended. So if I write the class as final, then this class cannot be extended. So you will get the compile timer. So cannot inherit from the final class. So if a class is final, we cannot inherit that, or we cannot create a subclass. Can a final method be overridden? Answer is no. Final override करना मतलब same method child class में भी लिखना with the same name, same signature. तो उसे बोलते हैं method override करना. तो method को हमने final बना दिया parent class के अंदर, तो वो ओवरराइड नहीं कर सकते. एग्जाम्पल, अभी इस क्लास के अंदर कोई मेथड है void display. ठीक है. सेम मेथड आई विल राइट इन द चाइल्ड क्लास। कैन आई राइट दैट? यस। अब ये डिस्प्ले मेथड देखो यहाँ पर भी है और यहाँ पर भी है, इसे बोलते हैं एग्जैक्टली ओवरराइड। मैं इसे बनाता हूँ फाइनल, तो आपको एरर आएगी यहाँ पर, सॉरी, पब्लिक void display semi है, हाँ। If you see here, we are getting the compile time error, void display. So what final method means, we cannot override. Override करना मतलब same name same signature child class में भी लिखना, same method लिखना, इसे बोलते हैं method override। तो आप final method को override नहीं कर सकते, final class को आप extend नहीं कर सकते, और final variable को आप वैल्यू रीअसाइन नहीं कर सकते। फाइनल कीवर्ड होता क्या है, आप तीन जगह पर यूज कर सकते हो, वेरिएबल, क्लास एंड मेथड। अगर क्लास फाइनल है तो आप उसे एक्सटेंड नहीं कर सकते, अगर मेथड फाइनल है तो उसको ओवरराइड नहीं कर सकते, और वेरिएबल फाइनल है तो उसकी वैल्यू रीअसाइन नहीं कर सकते। सिंपल। किया तो आप उसे एक्सटेंड नहीं कर पाओगे। फाइनल क्लास कैन नेवर बी फाइनल, मतलब द क्लास विच इज फाइनल कैन नेवर बी योर पेरेंट क्लास। आपने फाइनल बना दिया मतलब वो एक्सटेंड नहीं कर पाएंगे उसको। ऐसे कई बार होता है ना कि आपको वो क्लास सब क्लास नहीं बनाने देनी किसी को, मतलब इस क्लास को रीयूज नहीं करने देना है किसी को, अवॉइड करना है, उसको सील करना है, तो आप बनाते हो फाइनल। ठीक है, सी शार्प में इस कॉन्सेप्ट को सील्ड क्लासेस भी बोला जाता है। फाइनल कॉन्सेप्ट जावा में भी है और सी शार्प में सील्ड क्लासेस बोलते हैं उसे। सो सी शार्प दे कॉल इट एज सील्ड क्लासेस, मतलब सील्ड क्लासेस को आपको चाइल्ड क्लास नहीं बना सकते, राइट। तो फाइनल क्लास उसको आप उसका सब क्लास नहीं बना सकते या चाइल्ड क्लास नहीं कर सकते। मेथड फाइनल है तो उसे ओवरराइड नहीं कर सकते। Right, so final keyword, they will ask you questions. If a variable is final, that value cannot be reassigned. If a method is final, we cannot override. If a class is final, we cannot extend that class. Simple. This one?
Yes, sir.
Are static members inherited to the subclass? You tell me. It means that they are saying whether static members, static variables or static methods are part of child class, whether they are inherited.
But sir, like if suppose parent class has
Hmm.
and it is common for all the methods and the entire class. So subclass is a part of that class. So it should
Subclass is not a part of that. So subclass is extending that class. So we have two entities. So you can think of as, let's say we are parent, like my parents have given me property, so I have inherited the property from them. So which is specific to them, which they have declared. Now some property they will make it a private, so that will not be inherited to me. So private members are not inherited to the child class, so that will not be part of me. Then there is some common property across your uncle. Now that property is still with your parents, so that property you cannot claim. So first their division should happen, then that will come to you as your share, but you cannot claim that common property. So static members will be part of parent class, they will belong to the parent class only, so they will not be part of child class. We can use that. How can we use that? Simply class name dot, yeah, that's it, we can use that. Can a final method be overridden? Answer is no. Can we inherit private members of the base class? No, we cannot. What is the order of calling constructors in case of inheritance? What is the order of execution? So first of all, control will be given to the child class, then it will call the superclass constructor and so on. This will be top down. Which keyword do we use to define a subclass? We use keyword to inherit it. What is the keyword? Extends or implements. What are the advantage of inheritance in Java? We use this for code reusability purpose. We can minimize the length of duplicate code. So we will avoid the duplication of the code. What are the types of inheritance in Java? Single level, multi-level, multiple, hierarchical, hybrid, and cyclic. So what are the various forms of inheritance available in Java? The various forms: single level, hierarchical, multi-level. What is single inheritance and multi-level? One class extends another class. Multi-level, that subclass extends another class. What is multiple? A class has many superclasses. A class has many parents. Why multiple inheritance is not supported in Java through classes? Because when one class has two parents, one class cannot extend more than one class simultaneously. At most, one class can extend only one class. There is an ambiguity. What is ambiguity? He will have two copies of data. So there will be a confusion which member to access. How does multiple inheritance implement in Java? Through interfaces. We'll see this once we know the interfaces. What is hybrid inheritance in Java? Combination of single and multiple. It can be achieved through interfaces. How do you restrict a member of a class from inheriting its subclass? How do you restrict a member of a class from inheriting its subclass? मतलब आपको कोई फील्ड है उसको सब क्लास को नहीं देना है, उसको प्राइवेट बना दो. So you make the properties private. Can we access subclass members if you create an object of superclass? क्या बोला क्वेश्चन? Can we access subclass or child class members if you create object of parent class? मतलब पेरेंट क्लास का ऑब्जेक्ट बनाया तो आप चाइल्ड क्लास का मेंबर्स एक्सेस कर सकते हो? नो, वी कैनॉट access that. We can access only super class members but not the subclass. Scenario number 1, parent class reference, parent class object. Can we access both superclass and subclass member if we create an object of subclass? Yes, this we can do. What happens if both superclass and subclass have a field with the same name? What happens if both superclass and subclass have a field with the same name? Only subclass members are accessible if an object of this subclass is instantiated. मतलब subclass का object create करो तो किसका access करेंगे? Subclass का. Okay, what is the code output if compiled? So I have public class int x equal to 20, class b extends a and x equal to 30, then public class test, then we have public static void main string args, then we create object of child class bb equal to new b and I print b dot x, and then I create object of a, then a dot x, and then I create a2 equal to new b, child class object, child class reference, parent class object, parent class reference, child class object, parent class. Okay, so what is the output? First 30, 20 and sure. Why compile time? Variable is same in parent as well as in child. Third scenario, parent class reference, child class object. How come? So first of all, this is very clear. This one bb equal to new b, child class object, child class reference. So किसका एक्सेस होगा? Child class. Parent class reference, parent class object. तो ऑब्वियसली कहाँ से कॉल होगा? पेरेंट. तो यहाँ पे आउटपुट आएगा 30, यहाँ पे आएगा 20. अभी क्वेश्चन है यहाँ पर, इसको केयरफुली देखो. पेरेंट क्लास रेफरेंस, परफेक्ट. सो पेरेंट क्लास रेफरेंस, चाइल्ड क्लास ऑब्जेक्ट. तो दोनों सेम मेंबर्स है पेरेंट एंड चाइल्ड में. एक तो पेरेंट में होगा तो पेरेंट का, चाइल्ड में होगा तो कंपाइल टाइम. दोनों में होगा पेरेंट एंड चाइल्ड में तो वेरिएबल्स विल बी फ्रॉम पेरेंट क्लास एंड मेथड्स विल बी फ्रॉम चाइल्ड क्लास. सो दिस विल बी 20. सो आंसर विल बी 30, 20, 30, 20, 20. There is question on this.
Then it will be a2 dot that method, then it will be from b, right?
Yes. Okay. So which of the following is the correct way of inheriting class A and class B by class A by class B? मतलब आपको क्या करना है, इनहेरिट करना है क्लास ए को क्लास बी में. सो क्लास बी एक्सटेंड क्लास ए सी. आंसर इज सी. Is interface inherited from the object class? Answer is no. We'll see about interfaces once we see the abstraction. What is the output of this code? So class A have M1 method, class B also have M no method. Now this is called as method overriding, defining the same method with the same name, same signature, same return type as of in the parent class in the child class. This is called as method overriding. Okay, then you create object of child class and store it with child class, and I call b.m1. Which method will be called? Obviously child class. Second case, a equal to new a dot m1, parent class reference, parent class object. So which method will be called? Parent class only. So it will call parent class only. A dot m1, this is parent class. Now third scenario, a2 equal to new b, a2 dot m1, which method will be called? B. So result is m1 in class b, m1 in class a, m1 in class b. So this is m1 from class b, m1 from class a, and m1 from class b. Okay, will this code run successfully? If yes, what will be the output? Now this is little okay. Now tell me, what is the output? और कंपाइल होगा? Why compile time error? So that's fine, right? Public class B extends A. That will be part of child class. Extending is fine, but X will not be accessible for the child class. So we are not accessing that, right? Are we accessing? No. We are accessing only M1 method. So M1 method will be called. First of all, is there any compile time error? Answer is no. Now what is the output? Output will be, why blank?
50.
A dot M1. M1 will be called. Okay, perfect. So M1 is asking, M1 is accessing. We are not accessing. Child class is accessing this M1 method, and child class is accessing X method. So output will be 50. Output will be perfectly fine. We are directly not accessing the private data.
So if we access that variable directly, then there will be a problem.
Perfect. Now see this code. Class A has three variables x, y, z, 50, 100, 200. We already seen this example. This is in package 1 and this is in package 2. Okay, perfect. So package 1 have class A, package 2 have class B. Then we have creating object of b equal to new b, and I am trying to access b dot x. b dot x होगा? तो b dot x, तो वो तो प्राइवेट हो गया, राइट? वी कैन नॉट एक्सेस, यू विल गेट कंपाइल टाइम एरर. दैट्स इट. b dot y you can access, yes. b dot z you cannot access. Why?
Default.
You cannot be accessed, right? Perfect. First error, this is the b dot x, it is private. Second error, b dot y, it is default.
When we are using a private variable in that method, will that be an example of encapsulation or kind of where
Sorry?
we see in encapsulation also we had seen how to wrap the data and then
Correct.
use the private method.
Correct.
And then
Correct, correct. So we can do the same thing here also if you want, but that is part of, like, if the child class is doing that, we can do that also, that's fine. So we can define some public method in the parent class and then we can access, but usually public method will not be provided. Why? It is up to us. If you want to expose the details, we will do, otherwise we will not do, because up to us it is. How will you provide inheritance in Java? You make the class final, so that class cannot be extended. Okay, so we have created three classes A, B, C. C class extends B, B class extends A. There is a constructor, I think, related. So each class has a method M1. Okay, let's see this. A class M1, B class M1 and C class M1. Now this is a very interesting question. Huh? Now I create object of C class object and we store the C class reference. So which method will be called? C.M1? C, straightforward. Any questions? This is straightforward C class. Okay. Now there is a follow-up question on this only. So you call C.M1 and this will be printed M1 in class C. That's it. Now same thing, M1 and class B call super.M1 and output. Now class C has M1. Okay. Now you create object of CC equal to new C and you call C.M1. So object this will be executable C.M1. That's it. Output M1 in class C. In this case, we have M1 method also, M1 in class B also, and M1 in class C also. Now you create object of CC equal to new C, C.M1, control will be coming to this, M1 in class C will be printed, then you call super.M1. So control will come to this method. Then you call super.M1. What is that super.M1? This one. So this will be executed, M1 in class A, then M1 in class B, and then that's it. So first M1 in class C, then you call M1 in class A and class B. Simple. What is the error in this particular? Final class A and you are trying to extend. Will the code successfully compile? Let's see. So we have int x equal to 50, private A, class B extend this one. Now, can you tell me if the code will compile successfully? And if not, why?
कोई भी modifiers, access modifiers नहीं provide करते हैं.
दे सकते हैं ना, नहीं देते तो डिफॉल्ट होता है. मॉडिफायर नहीं बोला, एक्सेस स्पेसिफायर तो दे सकते हैं ना, एक्सेस स्पेसिफायर वी कैन राइट. तो व्हाट इज द प्रॉब्लम इन दिस केस?
डिफॉल्ट कंस्ट्रक्टर बना उसके में क्या बोले?
डिफॉल्ट कंस्ट्रक्टर कहाँ पर? b equal to new b. So which constructor will be called? Default constructor. Now default constructor will try to call which constructor? Parent class constructor. Now whether he can call parent class constructor? No. Why? It is private. So you will get compile time error. Now the code will not compile successfully because the constructor is private. The class cannot be inherited. तो आपको constructor non private करना पड़ेगा. Then only it can be done. What problem will arise when we code is compiled? कोई दिक्कत इसमें? Class A, Class B, and then class test. So BB equal to new B, you call public B class constructor. Okay. Is there any issue? Yes, now previous question, if you remember, same question it is.
If we call the super class constructor, right? So, and there is no parameter.
So you will get compile time error. You will get compile time error because he is trying to call zero parameterized superclass constructor, but there is no superclass constructor. So you will get compile time error. So Java compiler will generate compile time error. Implicit super constructor A is undefined. How many ways to implement relationship among classes? There are multiple relationships. So once we do the abstraction, we will talk about this. Inheritance, association, aggregation, composition. We'll talk about this. What is association? We'll talk about this. All objects have their own life cycle and there is no relationship ownership between these objects. Association can be unidirectional and bidirectional. We'll see this once we know the abstraction. So aggregation represents has a type of relationship. Aggregation means employee has address. Employee has address. So address is a again dependent object. So address will be a separate class. So we have employee class and we have address class. So employee has address, and then address is a separate class that we can think of as a type. We'll talk about this composition once we know the other things about interface and everything. Okay. So most of the questions we have covered. Here also you will see top 30 questions. What is Java inheritance? What is superclass, subclass? How to implement? What is the syntax? Can a class extend itself on? No. Are the instance block inherited to the subclass? No. In Java, static members are passed down to subclass? No. Can you override final method? No. How are constructors called? So there is a call to the top to bottom. Why Java programmers use inheritance to reuse the code? What benefits? We can reuse the code. What kind of inheritance are there? These are the types. Why inheritance is necessary to reuse the code? What is the code? So they have used the similar thing, class C1, C2, then C2, C2, C2.x, they will call this 50, 40, and C1.x, C1, this will call 50, and this will be again 50, 40, 50, 50. Why isn't Java class based multiple instances not supported? To avoid the confusion. What is supercard mean? What is overloading? We'll see this. Defining multiple methods with the same name with different signature in the same class. Overloading, we are left with polymorphism, we have to see for that. Okay. This access specifier also we have seen. Method overriding we have to see. What does covert mean? Distinguish between composition and inheritance. Okay. Super and this. C1, C3, similar options, similar questions pretty much. So here also you will have similar questions. Okay, so what is the output? I have class base, derived class, and I create object of base b equal to new derived, and I call b dot show. Which method will be called? This will be derived show method will be called derived show method. Correct. Question 2. Class base final public void show, and derived class we have show method, and base b equal to new derived and b dot show. What will happen? So you will get compile time error. Correct. Okay. Class base, class derived, and main. Base b equal to new derived. What will happen? Base b equal to new derived b dot show. Public static void show. Public static void show. Which method will be called? B dot show. Show method is a static method first of all. So b dot show, b is a reference of which type? Base class. So it will change your b reference to the class name. So b, capital B will be changed. B dot show means it is base dot show. So it will call base dot show. This is static method. So their method won't be overridden. So अभी जो आपने रेफरेंस क्रिएट किया किसका रेफरेंस है? बी का, बेस बी. तो रेफरेंस बी रिप्लेस हो जाएगा किससे? क्लास नेम से. बेस डॉट शो ये मेथड कॉल हो जाएगा. रेफरेंस विल बी चेंज विद द क्लास नेम. सो बेस डॉट शो मतलब ये मेथड कॉल हो जाएगा. ओके. Which of the following is true about inheritance? Private methods are final, protected members are accessible within the package, and inherited. कौन कौन सा करेक्ट है इसमें से? We cannot override private methods. करेक्ट है. प्रोटेक्टेड मेथड्स आर फाइनल, इनकरेक्ट है, इनकरेक्ट. Protected members are accessible within the package and okay, 2 is correct. 1 2 4, 1 2 4 is correct. Class base, class derived, and then we have static method do print. Then base x, base y, derived z, do print x, do print y, do print z. तो x पास किया, y पास किया, z किसको? do print method. do print method is a static method and there you pass object of type base, base o dot print. This is little tricky but it is easy. आपने पहले क्या किया? child class object, child class reference. No, sorry, this is parent class object, parent class reference, parent class reference, child class object. This one child class object, child class reference. Perfect. Both the cases, 3 cases: parent class reference, parent class object, child class reference. Third case, parent class reference, child class object. तो अभी आपने क्या कॉल किया? डू प्रिंट मेथड कॉल किया 3 बार. डू प्रिंट एक्स, डू प्रिंट वाई, डू प्रिंट जेड. ठीक. डू प्रिंट एक्स पास किया, पास होगा यस. डू प्रिंट वाई यस. डू प्रिंट जेड यस. तो आपका कॉल होगा, सबसे पहले क्या पास होगा? बेस क्या किसका ऑब्जेक्ट है? ओ डॉट प्रिंट. प्रिंट मेथड किसका है? ये कैपिटल. ठीक है, ये कॉल होगा. ओ डॉट प्रिंट मतलब पहले क्या कॉल होगा? एक्स पास किया तो बेस किसका मेथड कॉल होगा? ओ डॉट प्रिंट किसका मेथड कॉल होगा? श्योर. पहले देखो x पास किया तो x डॉट प्रिंट आप क्या पास कर रहे हो? रेफरेंस ही पास कर रहे हो. तो x डॉट प्रिंट किसका मेथड कॉल होगा? पेरेंट क्लास का. परफेक्ट. y डॉट प्रिंट किसका मेथड कॉल होगा? डिराइव्ड का कॉल होगा. तो पहले बेस, डिराइव्ड और डिराइव्ड, बेस, डिराइव्ड एंड डिराइव्ड. परफेक्ट. बस टर्मिनोलॉजी थोड़ा उन्होंने बेस डिराइव करके आपको कंफ्यूज कर दिया, लेकिन है चाइल्ड. ठीक. लॉट ऑफ क्वेश्चंस. लेट्स सी दिस कपल ऑफ क्वेश्चंस देन वी कैन रैप इट अप. ओके, दिस वन. foo base b equal to new derived and b dot foo किसका मेथड कॉल होगा? आपको क्या मतलब पब्लिक void foo, प्राइवेट void foo, तो आपको आएगा कंपाइल टाइम एरर. आपको आएगा कंपाइल टाइम एरर. you'll get compile time error. Why? Because this is public, so this should be public. So you have written this private. So you'll get compile time error. Which of these is true in Java inheritance? In Java, all classes inherit from the object class directly or indirectly. It is true. Perfect. The object class is root to classes of all classes. It is true statement. Multiple inheritance is not allowed in Java. It is false. In like C++, there is nothing like type of inheritance in Java where we can specify whether the inheritance is protected, public or inheritance. Okay, 1 2 3 are supported. 2 questions more. What is that? Grandparent, parent and child. So you create object of child class, then you call c dot print. C dot print. super dot print. This is not possible. super dot print ये possible नहीं है. You will get compile time error. Only super dot print कर सकते हो. It is not like that super dot print. ऐसा नहीं है. It is not allowed. Super dot. Then this one complex. What they are doing? private constructor to string complex equal to new complex, तो क्या कॉल होगा 10 and 15, तो ये कॉपी होगा 10 and 15 यहाँ पर, ठीक है, एंड देन ये प्रिंट होगा C, ठीक है, so complex number is 10 and 15. Okay, you can have multiple questions. These are 50 questions you can go through. Similar outputs, a lot of questions. Okay, I think this was useful. Next session will be covering with your polymorphism. This is easy, and then we'll finish it off your abstraction. So once that is complete, then next part is, it is easy because a lot of efforts we need on this particular part only. Rest of the things are easy pretty much. ठीक है.